qué onda. Muy bien. ¿Qué onda?
Hey, howdy. It's Jay Knight, a Tower Crane Guy, coming to you today from Tower Crane Television. I want to touch on a comment that was left to me about 3 weeks ago on how I got into cranes. I got into tower cranes, and prior to that, I've been in construction for almost 25 years. I was in construction for 22 years as a millwright, iron worker, and a welder. I've always ran heavy equipment at some point in construction, whether it be overhead cranes, front end loaders, steamrollers, heavy grade equipment, moving heavy machinery with overhead cranes. I've always ran some kind of piece of equipment in construction, and I've ran some mobile cranes, like I said, and some other type of heavy equipment in construction. So I've always been around it, and I've always been around cranes. So that's how I basically got my start, was on the ground and being around cranes, rigging up loads, signaling. So I have got many years on the ground being around cranes and watching them function. So anybody new getting into this business, I highly suggest that, because it helped me tremendously boost my career as a tower crane operator. And another thing I wanted to touch on today was the life of a tower crane operator. If you want to be successful in this business, you have to travel. There's no 40-hour work weeks being a tower crane operator. I can't remember the last time I worked a 40-hour work week. My work week is 60 to 80 hours a week. And, you know, it takes a lot of dedication to dedicate yourself that many hours a week to a job. And I'm not just talking about on the job, I'm talking about at home. You know, to make sure that you're in the best possible shape you can be. I keep a real tight lid on my social life. I don't do nothing that hinders my work ethic at all. I don't drink, I don't use drugs, I don't do any type of thing like that would hinder how I work. Like I said, this job takes 110% of your dedication to do it correctly and do it efficiently and properly, and just be the best that you can possibly be. Make no mistake, when I say you're only as good as your last pick, you are. You know, I'm always critiquing every single pick I do to try to do it to the best of my ability, because it just makes you better and better and better. Anybody new getting in this business, the best thing I can suggest to you is get plenty of seat time, as much as you possibly can. Run heavy equipment on the ground, and just learn the dynamic of what cranes do, you know, and what they can't do. I have plenty of friends that are crane operators, and I would always pick their brain and ask them questions And then after asking those questions, I would get to see how the crane operated. After the question I had asked, I'd get the answer immediately, So the dumbest question you can ask is the one that you never ask. So you always want to ask questions and try to get those answers. And if you can't get those answers from one person, always try another, So I want to thank all the subscribers currently that we have that have been here for a little while, and the ones that have just recently subscribed. I want to thank all you guys for subscribing. You guys that have been with me for a while know that I was running a flat top before this, and now I'm running a Luffer, completely different type of tower crane, and getting really proficient at it and good at it. So the progress is coming right along, and just doing good, doing really good with the crane, and really having a lot of fun with it. So, another thing is, the plus side to me being on the road, my family is actually with me. So my wife travels with me on the road. It makes things a lot easier instead of trying to run home all the time, like every weekend or so. My wife is with me on the road, so it makes life a lot easier having my family with me. And that's about all the suggestion I can give, This is a great career. I've never done a job like this before. A lot of satisfaction doing this job and you get a starter project that's completely dirt, and by the end of it, it's a multi-million-dollar, building. So it's really cool. It's really cool to get to see the end result and being a part of that end result, So it's a really fun job, and I wouldn't trade it for the world, man. It's great. But anyway, I'm right in the middle of a pick here, so I'm going to get off here. I'm Jay Knight, a Tower Crane Guy, signing off for now. Remember, if it doesn't make dollars, sure the hell doesn't make any sense. You're only as good as your last pick, and I promise you guys, we're going to see you on the next episode of Tower Crane Television on the next pick. Peace. So this is the end result when you work hard. Get to travel on the road, and this is what we get to travel in. And yeah, that right there has got my Harley in it, so we brought that with us too. But this is what you get to work hard for, so that's part of being on the road.